Hey everybody, it's Moonbo here, coming at you with another episode of Scrap Mechanic City, but this is like no other episode before. This one, I'm going to be using the mod support. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. It just came out a couple days ago, so now there is a test branch for the beta of mod support, and you guys can check it out. There's some cool stuff, and incidentally, I'm delivering a pizza. I don't know who ordered it. It's got pineapple on it. I know it's not for me, but I'm on my way over to this very interesting place over here, and I'm calling it the Car Crusher 2.0. It's not necessarily designed like anything in the real world, but I saw an opportunity to use some of the new mod pieces, so I figured why not. So I don't know where this pizza's going. I'm just gonna roll this pizza into the back right here, and maybe we'll park the bike down there. Alright, so I'm sure you guys have noticed that this has a bunch of trees in it that you wouldn't normally see put laid out. And that's because I'm using Ike's mod pack for trees and shrubs and bushes and stuff. So he did an amazing job. So he made the trees placeable objects just like you would put like wedge pieces or what have you. So it looks absolutely fantastic. And I got another thing I'm going to be showing you guys of his in a moment. So I'll be putting a link in the description for the mod packs that Ike has made, as well as his YouTube channel. He's got some amazing stuff on the go, so be sure to check him out. So we are going to move into this build though, guys. There's quite a bit to show you guys, as well as the whole like mod support thing, so I hope you guys enjoy this here. We're gonna take a little stroll around here. This is a pretty intricate looking build, actually. There's kind of all sorts of different ways around and different things to check out. So how about we just kind of walk through the back area here, past the motorcycle and the bulldozer, and we are going to get up into this kind of area here. So as you can see, I'm using a bit of the city road modules to kind of tie it all together here, but this is where we would essentially have like some impounded or junk cars that would get kind of round up back here, and you can see they're just kind of parked around and kind of just ready to get demolished by that machine over there. Over here, this is kind of cool actually. This is one of the new switches, of course, so there's switches, wheels, and all sorts of cool stuff. So I can press this switch right here, and that will open up this storage closet to something very interesting. So as you can see, there are a few things up on the wall that you normally wouldn't be able to see. So this is the other mod pack that Ike had created, and it is essentially the Scrap Mechanic tools as placeable objects. So they look absolutely fantastic. I do have to say I did have a couple issues with some of them. The models weren't loading, so they were just kind of like invisible. I'm not too sure what's going on with that, but the ones that did work here, you can see they look absolutely fantastic, and that is just a little storage closet for some tools around the shop here. Now before we go straight to that car crusher, we are going to just kind of carry on back here. So this is just another way around the entire contraption. You can see over here there's actually a service door, which we'll be going into shortly. And over here, this is just where everything gets pushed to the side, all of the scrap. We have like a little kind of dirt area here, so this is pretty much where all the junk goes. And again, I gotta say, these trees absolutely tie this build together. I'm telling you, this would not feel the same or look the same if it was actually just an empty flat world. So over here, this is kind of like an interesting little power supply thing for the entire car crusher. You can see here's another switch. It's like a key, so you can press that. And I had it open up the entire cage as well, so you could imagine this would be like a little maintenance thing. And of course, it does control a few things around the build here as well. But you can see if I turn this key again, the lights will turn off and the door will shut just like that. So I think that's a pretty cool effect there. Now, on to the actual car crusher itself. This thing is pretty big actually, and I've seen a lot of people making some really cool stuff with these massive wheels here with the spikes on them. They're really cool. They're actually a lot bigger than I was expecting, and I'm really pleased with them, and I tried to do something a little different. So in this case here, you can see obviously I turned them into like roller crushers. So normally these things probably wouldn't be crushing cars. They'd probably be crushing rock or recycled electronics or who knows what. So in this case though, we are going to be crushing some cars. Just like in the original car crusher, I had to kind of find a little funny way to get it all going. So this here though is the seat that we can sit in. It's relatively simple. I can bring the buttons up here, and you can see that the new buttons actually display a different image on the on the bar there, and we can actually pretty much just go right into the inventory here. And you can see that this is the wacky wheel, so you got the big spike monster wheel, the pizza. So incidentally, the pizza is a wheel, and we got some wagon wheel and a peppermint, which is kind of cool actually. We could make some gingerbread houses now. And these here are the Ike tools, and also the shrubs and trees, and there's actually also like a big boulder here. I'll have to check that out actually. Maybe we'll check that out before the end of the video. And then up here, of course, this is where we see the new switches added. Some really cool ones. A panic button, a massive button here actually, which would probably be pretty suited for a large car crusher like this. But other than that, really cool. I'm excited. Like, this is... Guys, the doors to Scrap Mechanic are open now. Once this mod support is like out and released, I'm thinking we're gonna see some of the most amazing creations we've ever seen the likes of, and I'm so excited. But let's get excited about crushing some cars. So the first thing we have to do is run over here and hop into a car. And of course we're just gonna park it on the square right here, which marks exactly where we need to go. So there you go, the car is in position, and I am going to make my way back up this little stair system here. Alright, so this is a pretty simple crane though. You can use A and D to move left and right. The 1 key is going to move it up and down like so, and it's pretty interesting. This is a cool function. You can press the 2 and 3 key, and that will actually rotate the entire crane head down there. You can see it is slowly turning to the right as we speak. And the reason why I'm doing that, of course, is because I would like to be able to grab that car from the 4 open sides there. So once we're about right there, I can press the 4 key, and that is going to close the crane arm down, and you can see it grabs it just perfectly. And then of course we press the 1 key, which will bring it right back up again. So using the D key, it will spin it back on top of the car crusher there. Alright, there we go. Let's line that bad boy up like so. So it's kind of funny though, guys. I have to warn you, this car crusher doesn't actually crush cars. It just gets jammed up by them. There's no destruction physics. So maybe one day there might be some destruction physics, and this would be a pretty hilarious build if that was the case. But here we are now with what we got. So I'll press the 6 key, and you can see the wheels start to spin like that, pulling everything down into the car crusher. And if I press the, I believe, if I press the 4 key, that's it. If I press the 4 key, we're going to drop the car in, and you'll see it's just going to jam it up. Oh, maybe it's going to miss it a bit, but hopefully, is it going to pull it in? I don't know if it's going to pull it in or not. Come on, get in there. I'm going to smack it. Get in there. All right, there we go. We have forced the car into the car crusher. Wow. But see, it's jamming it up now, so it's pretty unfortunate that it does get jammed up like that, but I found a little bit of a solution to kind of increase the effect of the car crusher. So we can probably just, we're gonna spare this car. You're saved, car. But down here we have a few pieces that I've made that kind of represent parts of the car that would have been crushed. So here we have like a carved door panel. Over here this is like the front headlights, and this is the hood of the car, or the roof of the car, sorry. And that's just like a wheel well. So what we can actually do is come over here. Now you see this square right here. We can actually pop a few blocks down like so, and then I'll put one off to the corner here, and I'll explain that one in a moment. But first we are going to just grab a few of these car parts that I have on the side there, and we're going to weld them up to the top. Just like that. And maybe we'll grab the top of a car here as well. Spin it that way. And I think we just need a wheel well, so we'll grab the wheel well there too. And pop that there. So there we go. We have like a mock kind of crushed car all put up on display there. And if I walk up to here, I'll turn those off for now. And if I press the 7 key, you'll see that that actually does get thrown up. And it kind of hits the crane too, actually, but that's not a big issue. And then all I have to do is hop out like this. So the reason why we put that block right there in the corner was pretty much because we can click it and drag and delete all of those little base blocks at the same time. So I find the best thing for me to do is usually just turn this on right away. because it can happen pretty quickly sometimes. So and you get to watch it close up right here when everything gets thrown in. So we'll click that and right click up to there and drop everything in, and there we go. Crush the car, yeah. So I mean, it happens pretty fast. I did have these about 2 blocks away, but then the problem was that I couldn't jump into the machine if I ever wanted to, so I kind of left it blank there. So things do fall in a little bit quicker, but that's alright. So we can just put that arm back down there, which we use to weld the car parts to, and we can actually probably just turn that off. So now we are done crushing the car. We'll turn that off right there, and we will head on down to the clearing floor. Alright, so here you can see this is like the front of the entire car crusher, which dispenses the crushed car. So if I run over here, you can see I can press this switch right there, which will open that arm. And here we go, we have like a big push arm here that will slowly but eventually push everything out. So here it is, the entire car is crushed in little pieces, so I can run over here now. This is unfortunately very laggy, I don't know why. But I do have a little bit of a bulldozer here that I can use. It's very slowly, you can see it kind of lagging, I'm not too sure why. The game definitely needs a little bit more optimization. Until then, though, we're definitely still having fun. So you know what? I'm not even gonna waste your guys' time. This is just too laggy. So anyways, guys, that is the Car Crusher 2.0 with the mod support and some amazing work by the developers, as well as Ike. So make sure you guys check all of this stuff out. There'll be links in the description for everything, and there will also be a link in the description for the world download, so you guys can check out Car Crusher 2.0. And if you haven't already checked out Car Crusher, the original one, you should definitely check that out as well. I will put a link in the description for that too. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, enjoyed the build, then make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed for endless Scrap Mechanic, then do that too while you're at it. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye for now.